I think sometimes when you work for other people, you might have the best of intentions, but at the end of the day, your boss is the one that's going to make the decision as to whether or not they can sacrifice 5% of their profit margin to do the right thing. And I think that that's certainly a frustration that I don't have to worry about, you know. I can always sacrifice my profit margin, and I do. I mean, I have to admit that there were definitely, you know, moments when I first started this business where I'd lie awake at night and think to myself, I'm 31 years old and I'm making lights out of shells for a living. These are just really simple sketches for proportions that I send out to decorators and architects.
Do you have any art background or anything like that?
No, none.
None. Wow. Crafts? Were you into crafts growing up as a kid?
No, absolutely not.
Jewelry making?
No, no. It just...
Painting? Drawing? Music?
No, I was a real geek in school.
It's a beautiful mistake. Listen to my liberty falling, there's no top.
So I get all my standard lamp parts from this great place that's called Grand Brass Lamp Parts, which is this family business that's been in New York for generations. You know, I don't even know how long. Last few months I've been really, really busy, so I've been doing this for up to, I'd say, 10 or 12 hours a day.
With all the best intentions, it's all the best intentions.
I guess I always sort of felt that, you know, even if you can't enact change on your own, you at the very least have a responsibility to know what's happening, and that has definitely filtered through to the business that I run. So, you know, I think that every decision that I make, I think about the sort of repercussions of it. Is how are the people that are involved in getting this done? How is this going to impact their lives? Is it going to impact their lives? Is anyone going to be hurt by doing this? I mean, that's just sort of, these are natural questions that you have to ask before you embark on anything in your life. And particularly when you're manufacturing something, because so many people, I mean, even though most people would think I do all of the work, and for the most part I do, you know, nonetheless, I have to make sure that where I get the shells are harvesting them in an environmentally sustainable way, which means that sometimes I have to wait 6 or 8 weeks for shipments because there are only 1 or 2 reputable companies that do it with the imprint of the Philippine government. You know, I have to make sure that the shop I get the metal cut from treats its people fairly, and that it's, you know, metal fabrication is really dangerous work. It needs to be done by people who are skilled and who have a safe work environment. Same thing with the electroplating, the powder coating, and, you know, when they're put in a box, you know, you have the choice of whether or not you're going to use styrofoam packing chips, which are going to destroy the earth, or whether you're going to use biodegradable packing chips, which cost $5 more, it's true, but which are made out of, you know, cellulose and just disintegrate. I mean, those are all just basic business decisions that you make that, quite frankly, don't really have anything to do with the bottom line. And until we sort of have respect for the fact that, you know, someone touched every single shell on this thing tens of times, dozens of times. It took hours to do it. I mean, I don't even understand the process by which they harvest these things and get them to me. I mean, I can only imagine the sort of human effort that goes into that. I mean, until we have a certain respect for that, you know, until you have a certain respect for the fact that, you know, I give the sketches for the hardware to Boris at A&L Sheet Metal in the Bronx, and he turns them into, you know, a computer program for the guy who runs the laser cutter. I mean, until we can kind of have some kind of sense of the importance of these sort of mundane tasks, we're never going to be able to improve the lives of the majority of people on the planet, because the truth is the majority of the people on the planet don't sit in front of a computer making abstract sketches of lighting fixtures. You know, the majority of people actually produce things. It's just something that we're so disconnected from. And I think that's what enables us to allow people to work for $1 a day, or to allow children to work at the age of 6 in a factory rather than going to school, because we just have no connection to the work, we have no connection to their lives.
What good am I if I'm like all the rest?